Sparta needed men to love men, not accepted it, needed it. Without it, their entire army fell apart. This wasn't tolerance, it was strategy. Here's exactly why Sparta built its military around male love, why an entire city depended on it, and why the moment it was misused, Sparta turned brutal. Stick around. The ending involves the one army that beat Sparta at its own game. At age 7, Spartan boys left home for good. No warning, no negotiation, just gone. They entered a brutal state training system called the Agoge, starved on purpose, beaten on purpose, tested constantly. Boys slept on reeds they gathered themselves. No shoes, no comfort. This wasn't an accident of poverty. Sparta could afford better. They chose this, on purpose, to build soldiers, not children. A boy that young could not survive this system alone. To understand why, you need to understand what Sparta actually was. Sparta had no city walls. None. Their defense wasn't stone. It was soldiers. Every single Spartan man was a full-time warrior, for life, and Sparta was vastly outnumbered by the people they controlled. The Helots, enslaved farmers who outnumbered Spartans nearly 10 to 1. One uprising could end Sparta completely, so their entire society existed to produce one thing: perfect soldiers. That's where the Erastes came in, an older warrior assigned as guide, usually in his 20s, already proven in battle. The younger boy was the Erominos, usually in his teens. The Erastes trained him, fed him when rations ran short, defended him from other boys, taught him how to survive, and yes, loved him, physically, emotionally, completely. This wasn't whispered about. It was expected, public, normal. A Spartan man without a bond like this wasn't private. He was suspicious, like he couldn't be trusted to fight properly for anyone. Why would an entire army depend on this? Because of how Spartans actually fought. The Phalanx, shields locked, shoulder to shoulder, no gaps allowed. One man breaking formation could kill the men beside him. So Sparta needed something stronger than orders to hold that line. A soldier fighting next to a stranger can run. A soldier fighting next to the man he loves can't. He won't leave him. Not for anything. That single fact turned entire armies into unbreakable walls. Quick question. Be honest. Would you fight harder for a stranger next to you or for someone you loved? Answer below. Sparta didn't have to guess the answer. They built their entire military doctrine around it, and one nearby army was about to prove exactly how far this idea could go. Thebes, a rival city, watching Sparta's dominance for decades. Their general took Sparta's idea and pushed it to the extreme. He built a unit of exactly 150 pairs, all lovers, all soldiers, not assigned, not temporary, committed partners, standing together in every battle. The idea was simple and brutal in its logic. A man might run to save his own life. He will not run and leave his lover to die alone. At the Battle of Leuctra, this unit did the unthinkable. They broke Sparta's army. The undefeated Spartans, beaten. The very idea Sparta built its army on just got turned against them. The Sacred Band went on to stay undefeated for over 30 years. So this system worked. In battle, it was airtight. But here's the part that gets left out. Sparta didn't build this out of compassion. They built it out of necessity. And necessity always comes with strings attached. This relationship had rules, rigid ones, an age gap, a role, an expiration. The Erastes had to already be a proven warrior, never a peer. The Erominos had to be young, unmarried, still in training. And once that boy became a full citizen soldier himself, the bond was expected to end. Immediately. No exceptions. Step outside that structure, and Sparta's tolerance vanished completely. A relationship between equals in age or rank. Deeply suspicious. Public displays outside the sanctioned bond. Punished, not praised. Because this was never about two people choosing each other freely. It was a controlled pipeline, built to produce soldiers. Nothing else. Every Spartan man was also required to marry a woman, required to have children, required to keep the citizen population alive. Love between men fueled the battlefield. Marriage to women fueled the bloodline. Sparta didn't see a contradiction there. To them, it was just logistics. The Sacred Band's story doesn't end at their greatest victory. It ends at Chaeronea, 338 BCE. A young Macedonian prince named Philip II faced them in battle. His son would later be known as Alexander the Great. But that day, it was Philip's army against the undefeated Sacred Band. And for the first time in 30 years, the Sacred Band did not run. They also did not win. Surrounded, outnumbered, every single pair stood their ground. All 300 men. Killed. Not one surrendered. Not one fled alone. After the battle, Philip walked the field himself. He found the bodies of the Sacred Band, still in their pairs. Ancient accounts say he wept at the sight. Not out of guilt, out of respect for what he'd just destroyed. An entire unit that fought, and died, exactly as designed. Loyal to the very last man, because of the bond that built them. So Sparta didn't need men to love men out of freedom. They needed it because it built soldiers who would not break. Loyalty between lovers built armies that refused to run. Sparta used that. Thebes perfected it. And it still ended the same way. Every soldier, in every version of this story, dying beside the one he loved. That's not a footnote in ancient history. That's the actual foundation. 2 of the ancient world's strongest armies were built on. If history like this surprises you as much as it surprised me, subscribe. There's a lot more history that doesn't get taught this bluntly. And let me know, should I cover the Sacred Band's full story next?